It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Carstel. Let's rock. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. I am your host, Spencer, and we are going to talk about more foot words in this episode. That's it. Just foot. Foot all day long. No. Okay, let's start with the phrases from the first form of the word foot. What phrases do we talk about feet? Well, here's the first one. It's at one's feet. And that means under one's spell or influence. It's like you have made them love you so much that they are just sitting at your feet, hanging out at your feet, to do your beck and whim. Is that a phrase? To do whatever you want them to do. Maybe to rub your feet. Maybe to paint your nails. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with your feet. They're just sitting. They like to be by your feet. The next one is foot in the door. That means the initial step toward a goal. The first thing that you want to do. If you have a goal in mind, if you want to be like, I want to do this thing. I want my life to be like this. I want this job. I blah, 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 blah. If any one of those things is your future goal, especially the blah, 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 then you got to do something first. You gotta take that first step with your foots to get on that path. If you don't do that thing, you probably won't get on that path and get that goal that you want. So you gotta get a foot in the door. Now I think of a foot in the door as like not the overarching initial step, but it's like you got an in. You got an into the thing. They tried to close the door on you, but you put your foot in the door, and you were like, sorry, I have my foot in the door, so legally that means I can come in. The next one is off one's feet. That means in a sitting or lying position. Off one's feet. Well, you are literally off your feet when you are sitting or in a lying position. You are not standing on your feet. I am currently on my feet. And I would like to not be on my feet. I would like to be off my feet. What they say is that, they say this all the time. You hear it. That if you have spent the day on your feet for a long time, standing, walking, whatever, then at the end of the day, when you get home, or when you're done with all the foot standing stuff, then you should probably, for, I don't know, a minute, 5 minutes, lay down and put your feet up on a couch against a wall, whatever it is, because then it brings all the blood back up to the top of your body, and because then your maybe legs and feet won't get so swollen or feel so bad or something. So you gotta reverse that and get your body back in balance. Get your body back in balance. Get your body back in balance. That was the lying position. Now we have the phrase on foot, and that means by walking or running, as in tour the campus on foot. I think they should do tour campuses, college tour campuses when they're running. No, none of these walking tours. No, you have to run everywhere. On foot. The next one is on one's feet. So we had off one's feet. Now we have on one's feet. That means number one, in a standing position. Yep, like I literally said just a little bit ago, I am on my feet. Number two, in an established position or state. On one's feet. It's like, yep, it's good. It's doing its thing. It's on its feet. Now it just has to get its foot in the door. Number three, in a recovered condition, as from illness. Ah, yes, the example is back on my feet. Back on their feet. Back on her feet. Back on his feet. Back on one's feet. They have recovered. Let's see. Have I recovered from anything? I had the stomach flu. I was back on my feet after that. I had a couple of surgeries. Nothing major. Oh, good. It's good to see you back on your feet, Sal. We're so glad that you recovered from your foot surgery. How is it standing on your feet after a foot surgery? Number 4, in an extemporaneous manner, also while in action. As in, good debaters can think on their feet. Because I do no planning whatsoever on this podcast, I have to do this whole thing on my feet in an extemporaneous manner. And of course, that word sends us right back to when Josh and Jesse were on this podcast for the word extemporaneous, because it's all about thinking on your feet, doing stuff on your feet. Oh, you gotta do a little foot dance, and you just gotta do stuff at the top of your head, and it's uncomfortable but fun. While in action, they have to do a thing while they're doing that thing. The last phrase is to one's feet. That means to a standing position, as in brought the crowd to its feet. Oh, doesn't that feel so good when you bring a crowd to their feet? They were like, oh my gosh, what they did was so amazing, so good that we have such energy. We need to stand up. We can't be sitting down here. You got to stand up to show your love because you got all that energy and you're like, oh, it's standing time. We got to get to our feet. Okay, that was that one. And now I got to make a sound effect, which is going to be hut, hut, hike. All right, the next word is the second form of foot. This is the verb from the 15th century. We are starting with intransitive. Number 1, the synonym is dance. Dancing, dance, 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 dancing. Wait, so the verb foot? Let's go foot. Should we go foot? Can I have this foot? Let's go footing tonight. Foot loose. Well, I got loose. Foot loose. Kick off Sunday shoes. All right, dance. Foot loose. Foot is dance. I would like an example sentence here, though. How are you footing? Foot, how are you using this word in a sentence to foot other than footloose? My foot is so loose. Number 2, to go on foot. Let's go footin'. Let's go do the tour. Let's foot the tour. Number 3 is talking about a sailboat. And if you remember from the previous episode, one of the parts of a sail is the foot. So this is to make speed. And the synonym is move. I don't know. I guess it's get the sail going, get the boat going. It's like you're on foot, walking on foot. So the boat is walking. Okay, now we got transitive. There's more. 1A, to perform the movements of, and the example of what the movements, where are these movements happening? It's a dance. To perform the movements of a dance. Foot the movements, is that how you would say that? Make your feet do stuff? 1B is to walk, run, or dance on, over, or through the woods. So it's walking, running, or dancing. And how are you doing these things? You are doing them on, over, or through. Those are all of the options. Just foot. If you're moving in any way, you are footing. Number 2 is archaic. So all of this, we got 2A and 2B. 2A, the synonym is kick. Well, you're using your foot in a kick if you have a foot. That's at the end of the kick. It's the thing that is kind of doing the kicking. The leg, it goes from the leg and then to the foot. 2B, the synonym is reject. This one's interesting. I reject you. You are rejected from this job. You are footed. Does it have to do with kick out? Number 3 is also archaic. The synonym is establish. I imagine that was like setting a thing, getting a thing established in place, getting the feet down first. You got to get the base down first, and then you can go up from there. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Number 4A, to add up. Well, let's read 4B. Maybe this will help a little bit more, because that's weird and confusing to me. 4B is to pay or stand credit for as in foot the bill. To pay the bill, get some credit, foot the bill. And so the first one was to add up. 4A was to add up. So if you are, but how do you use that? You're footing, you're totaling the bill. That doesn't have to be a bill. To pay, foot the bill is a weird phrase. Foot the bill. It's just paying. But why foot? Number 5, to make or renew the foot of. And the example of, where is this foot? What is this foot? It's in a stocking, possibly, maybe. So you're when you're standing in your stockings all day, we all know about this. They might get holes. I don't wear stockings, but I wear socks. And a sock is basically just a foot. And, just standing around, your socks get old. They're going to get some holes. They're going to get worn away. So if you don't want to buy new socks and you want to renew your original socks, then you would foot your socks or stockings. It makes sense. Okay, hood hike. Now we got footage. Footage, noun from 1892. This is length or quantity expressed in feet. As A, the synonym is board feet, and that is board, B-O-A-R-D, like, do they call the boards on a stage the board feet? I feel like I have that memory in my brain somewhere. Or just something else. Maybe just 2x4s. 2x4, 4x8. B is the total number of running feet of motion picture film used. And it's used maybe for a scene or a subject. How much footage did we use for that scene? Well, it was 3 feet. Well, that's not very much footage. I guess we need to reshoot some more footage. Also, the material contained on such footage. Ooh, let me see that footage. I gotta go see that footage. In the movie business, they usually watch something called the dailies, which is the footage that was shot on a day, the day before, and then maybe in the morning or at the night, they will watch the dailies. They will watch the footage of how many feet was shot. Here's the thing. There's not a lot of stuff that's being shot on film anymore. And so it's one of those words that is based on something that's old, but even though we're shooting digitally, we still call it footage. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I ever put 2 seconds worth of thought into this word. That obviously it comes from, the feet. The reels of film and everything are always measured in feet. There's like little rolls for Super 8 that's 50 feet or something. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, it's not that interesting. I'm just silly and stupid. Yeah, the word is pretty obvious where it comes from. It comes from foot. How many foot? I don't know the AGE prefix, though. Footage, foot. Is there another word that we could have used? Nope. This is what we got. I am currently almost 14 minutes into the footage for this episode. Okay, let's make a sound. It's going to be ha-ha-ha. Now we have foot and mouth disease. It is 4 words. The first 3 words have hyphens, and disease is off by itself. This is a noun from 1862. It's one long definition, which is an acute contagious febrile disease, especially of cloven-footed animals, that is caused by serotypes of a picornavirus, and is marked by ulcerating vesicles in the mouth. That's a comma. About the hooves, so the mouth, the hooves, and on the udder and teats. And of course, yes, it said we're talking about the cloven-footed animals. So, I don't know, are cows cloven-footed horses, maybe other, deers and donkeys and I don't know, something like that. It is called also foot and mouth, just that. It's called also hoof and mouth disease, which makes more sense because it's on the cloven-footed animals. And then it says compare to hand, foot, and mouth disease. Oh, great. Now we got the hands involved. Maybe that's something that is involving humans as well. And I guess we'll get to that in the H's. There was a little thing here. The species is called foot and mouth disease virus, and it's of the genera Aphthovirus. Aphthovirus. Yeah, that's it. Okay, sounds terrible. It's acute, so it's like just really, it really just gets you. It's contagious. It's febrile. It's a disease. Doesn't say anything about possibly getting to humans, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I don't get the foot and mouth disease. Ulcerating vesicles in the mouth and around the hooves. The hooves, and the udders and the teats. Not fun. Not fun at all for the cloven-footed animals. And with that, now we gotta go hoot hack. I know all about the football. That's next. This is a noun from the 15th century. This should be interesting. About what definitions do we have for football? We got a lot. We have more than I think we should. Number 1, any of several games played between two teams on a usually rectangular field having goalposts or goals at each end and whose object is to get the ball over a goal line or into a goal or between goalposts by running, passing, or kicking. Okay? I think that they wrote that definition vague enough that it could pertain to American football or what the rest of the world calls football, which, of course, we call soccer. So, everything made sense, I think. Rectangular field, get the ball over a line or into a goal or between goalposts, and you're going to do it by running, passing, or kicking. Yeah, those are all possibilities for both of those. And here's the thing now, we have 1A, we have a sub-definition. It's British. The synonym is soccer. So yes, in American, we call it soccer. And in the British and the rest of the world, really, the rest of the world, they call it football. And then we got 1B is also British. The synonym is rugby, which is sort of a combination. I don't want to say a combination, but it's a blend of, football and also probably other stuff. So sometimes they'll call rugby football as well, which I didn't know. But now we got 1C. An American game. So it's technically a sub-definition of the first one, but the first one was vague enough that it could also have been this American game. Anyway, an American game played between two teams of 11 players each, in which the ball is in possession of one side at a time and is advanced by running or passing. See, now we got those specific details for specifically American football. Number 1D is Australian, and the synonym is a long name for a game. It's Australian rules football. I think I was just talking to somebody, a British person, who was talking about this Australian rules football. And I don't remember what they said, how they said it's different. Maybe they didn't even tell me. Maybe it's a secret. 1E is Canadian. The synonym is Canadian football. But they're not describing. They don't describe Canadian football. They don't describe Australian rules football. They don't describe rugby, and they don't describe soccer. They just gave a general description, and the only one that got real information is 1C, because, of course, this book, the people who make this are probably American. It's for an American audience, and so they're like, we need to tell them what their own game is. But I guess if you go to all these other synonyms throughout the book, they will maybe give you a little bit more information. All right, 2A. An inflated oval ball used in the game of football. So in soccer, I put in quotes, they don't call it a football? Do they not call it a football? What do they call it? Just the ball? Gimme the ball. Kick the ball. Don't touch the ball with your hands. Okay, to be. Here we go. It's British. It's a soccer ball. So they do call it a football. Yes. A football in the soccer. Anything else? They don't mention anything here about rugby or Canadian football or Australian rules football. So I'm just going to say that they call it a football in every single one of those cases. And of course, I am correct. Number 3, something treated roughly, especially as the subject of a prolonged dispute, as in the issue became a political football in Congress. It is something that they treat roughly, and there is a long dispute about it. So Congress was dealing with this issue that they call the football. And why is it like, oh, the game of football, American football is so rough, and they're always just going back and forth, and they're having this prolonged dispute about who gets to hold the football. Footballer is a noun. They're playing the football. I don't know. I think the etymology is pretty clear. There's a ball, and you use your foot. I think we need to change the name of American football. I think it's not correct. We need a whole other thing. Why? The rest of the world is using this name for something that makes way more sense. All right, let's get a petition going. Can we change the name of American football? Do you think people would appreciate that? Probably not. All right, let's go to foot bath, noun from 1599. This is a bath for cleansing, warming, soothing, or disinfecting the feet. Oh, I could use a foot bath. I don't know if I've ever had a foot bath. Is this the thing that when you go to a spa or a nail place, that maybe when they're doing your hand nails, then you are soaking your feet down at the bottom in that chair, and it just softens everything up. Cleansing, warming, soothing, or disinfecting. Ooh, my feet need some disinfecting. Foot bath. Okay, moving on to hack. Footboard. Noun from 1751. Number 1, a narrow platform on which to stand or brace the feet. A narrow platform. Why are we standing on this narrow platform? It's a footboard. It's a board for your feet. Number 2, a board forming the foot of a bed. Maybe your animal would like to sleep by the footboard. I don't know why they want to be by your feet. It's especially when they need disinfecting. Hack. Next is footboy. Footboy. Are we gonna have foot girl? Nope. Footboy is a noun from 1585. Footboy, come here, disinfect my feet, please. It is a serving boy. The synonyms are page and attendant. So yes, maybe the footboy can disinfect your feet. What? Come, footboy, hang out by my feet and wait until I need you to do something. Footboy. Okay, weird. Hack. Now we have footbridge, noun from the 14th century. A bridge for pedestrians, and pedestrians are using their foots to walk, hence the name pedestrian. Ped means foot, and so they're walking, and they need to maybe cross over a river, and so you got to make a footbridge. It's a little bit easier than to say pedestrian bridge. So it's just a footbridge. You are only allowed to use your feet on the footbridge. You can't walk across this bridge on your hands. That's it. Footbridge. Hi. Next is foot candle. 2 words with a hyphen. Noun from 1906. This is a unit of illuminance on a surface that is everywhere 1 foot from a uniform point source of light of 1 candle and equal to 1 lumen per square foot. I remember learning about this in some class a long time ago, and I don't know if I could have told you. I think that they use foot candles in, maybe it came from the stage and then they use it in, photography and film and stuff like that to measure how much light there is. They use other things too, but I think foot candles is one of them. But boy, that definition was confusing. A unit of illuminance on a surface that is everywhere 1 foot from a uniform point source of light of 1 candle and equal to 1 lumen per square foot. And sometimes my brain is like, I don't understand these things. It's just worded kind of funny. Everywhere 1 foot from a uniform point source. So is it like literally, but it's a measurement of how much light there is. So if it's 5 foot candles, then would it be that is the equivalent of being 1 foot away from 5 lights for 5 candles? I need to put a link in the show notes for foot candle because I think we all need a visual and also more words. More words would help to understand it, I think. All right, that was foot candle. Now we go to hut hack. Blue 42. I don't know why they say these words. Foot cloth, noun from the 14th century. Number 1 is archaic, and a foot cloth is an ornamental cloth draped over the back of a horse to reach the ground on each side. Okay, it's archaic, we don't use it, but it's ornamental, so this is like, I don't know, maybe when they want to show off the horses, just make them look fancy, then they'll put this foot cloth over because it drapes over the back and it hits by their feet on both sides. So it's a cloth to their feet. But number 2, it's also archaic. The synonym is carpet. That one makes sense. I put down a cloth for you to walk on with your feet. It's kind of like a foot bridge, but it's not a bridge over anything. It's just a piece of cloth. It's a nice piece of cloth, don't you think? I shall call it a carpet for your feet. Hut hike. Foot dragger is next. 1 word, noun from 1957. One who engages in foot dragging? Hut hike. Foot dragging is next. 2 words with a hyphen. Noun from 1952. Failure to act with the necessary promptness or vigor. I don't like it when people are doing foot dragging. I don't like those foot draggers. Why are you dragging your feet? Maybe it's a toddler. Of course, we're going to think of toddlers as possibly being foot draggers, doing this foot dragging. It's like they don't want to move, and it's like they're dragging their feet. Maybe not literally, but maybe literally they are dragging their feet. Come on, I need you to have more promptness or vigor. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Your feet are going to get very sore if you keep on with this foot dragging. Next is footed, adjective from the 14th century. Having a foot or feet, especially of a specified kind or number. This is often used in combination, as in a 4-footed animal. That's how we use this. Is there another kind of foot, a specified kind of foot? It's a cloven-footed animal, and maybe they are getting the foot and mouth disease. All right, one more word for this episode. Isn't everybody happy that we got here? We've got the word footer, F-O-O-T-E-R, noun from 1608. Number 1 is archaic. The synonym is pedestrian. Well, I think we need to bring this back. You're calling the people who are walking footers. Way back in the day, look at all them footers doing their walking on foot bridges and foot cloths and footboards. They don't understand that they could be driving around in cars. Footers. I mean, it's so logical and it makes so much sense. I think we need to use this. Number 2, information printed at the bottom of each page of a document. And the example is maybe the page number. Now, this book It has page numbers, but they're at the top of the page. Right next to where it says what words are on this page, the first word and the last word. On this page, it's fondle, two-footer. But if we go down to the foot of the page, we will see that this page actually does have a footer. Every single time it's the right page, there is a footer that has a little pronunciation guide, which you have heard me talk about a little bit. I don't know, I guess I can read it because, hey, we're talking about footer, and it's literally the next thing below this definition. Did they do that on purpose? Did they plan to have footer right above the footer? I don't know, but it's pretty cool if they did. All right, let's read the footer. We haven't done this. I mean, I read it, but not to you. All right, the first pronunciation is the upside down E, which I believe is called the schwa. And the example word, so all of these have the pronunciation symbol, which is what I read when I read like, oh, football, how do you pronounce that? Well, it tells me F-U-T with a dot on the U, and then a dash, and then B-O-L, and there's a dot over the O, and, this whole system has a name. I just call it the pronunciation guide. So, the first one is the upside down E, and the example word is abut. Abut, which is spelled A-B-U-T, and the U is bolded. Actually, the A looks like it's bolded too. But, because it's the same sound. That's the sound that the upside down E makes. But. There's double schwa in a but. The next one is, now it's the lowercase, or the upside down E again, but it's tiny and it's up high. So it's a superscript E, which means you do like just a little bit of a sound for that. The example word is kitten, and the E in kitten is bolded. So it's the kitten. It's just a subtle little in that one. Now it does say after that F table. This is interesting. The E in table is bolded, which makes me think that they're trying to say that is going to have a little bit of an sound. Table. I don't know. That I don't agree with that one. The next one is schwa plus R, and the example word, they got a double one in here again. Further. So the UR is bolded and the ER is bolded because it's the same sound. Further. Now, I know that you are probably going to pronounce words different than me or other people. So this is just sort of like, your typical, I don't know, I guess Midwestern American accent that we're working with. The next one is A, just the letter A, and the word is ash. The A in ash. Ah, that's the sound. Oh, we're getting a whole phonetics description class here. Okay, the next one is the A with the horizontal line over it, which makes it a long A sound, A. And the word is ace. There we go, A. The next one is the A with two dots over it. Could be called the umlaut, could be called something else. And the words are mop and mar. The O in mop and the A in mar are bolded. Ma. Ah, it's an ah sound. Mop and mar. Something like that. That's that one. Okay, now we have A-U, and there's a dot over the U, and the word is out. So the sound is ow. If you see the A-U, it's an ow. Ow. The next is CH. It's a ch sound because the word is chin. The CH in chin is bolded. Ch. Next is, it's the letter E, and the word is bet. So it's an sound. When you see the E, it's an sound. I just have to double things up for everybody. Next is the E, the letter E with the long horizontal line over it, which means it's a long E, which means it's going to sound like E. And the word is easy. You'd say it easy. Next is the G, which is going to be a G sound, and the word is go. Go. Next is an I. The word is hit, so it's an I sound. We're just getting all the little possible sounds that our American voices can make. Eh. Next is an I. It's the long I with the horizontal line, and the word is ice. You got to say ice when it's the long A, long A, long E, long I. It's that letter's sound. A, E, I. You got to just say the letter. Next is a J for the word job. J, j, not g, not g in the hard G in the back of the mouth. It's a j, which is more in the front of your mouth. I guess it's a soft g. I have a soft g. Next is the letter N, but. A but. The N, the right side of the N goes down a little further and curls in, kind of like a J. It's like an N combined with a J, and the word, example word, is sing, so it's that ng sound. Sing. Next is the O, the long O, and the word is go. We just say O. We've seen go in here twice, g and O. Next is the O with the dot, and the example word is law, so it's an aw sound. Now, is that similar? I mean, they are obviously similar. There, we had mop, that was the A with 2 dots, and then we had the aw, it was the O with 1 dot. Now we have oi. It's the O with the dot plus an I. The word is boy. Oi. Oi. Play some football. That was bad. Now we have a TH. And it's a th sound because the word is thin. Now we have a TH with a line, an underline under both of them. And that's a more of a hard TH. Th. And the word is the. So it's not a soft thin. It's a hard the. Now we have a U with 2 dots, and the word is loot. So it's an oo sound. Ooh. The owls say U with an umlaut. Now we have the U with 1 dot, and the word is foot. So it's an sound. Foot. We've been talking about foot on this page. Next is the letter Y, and the example word is yet. So you just go y. Hi. All right. We got another one. It is a ZH, and the words, there's a couple of words, vision and beige. So the SI in vision is bolded, and the GE in beige is also bolded. So it's a zh. It's like a hard SH. Now we did not see SH here. Sh. Why didn't we see that? Very interesting. Well, here's the thing. We have a few more of these funky letters, and then it says, see the guide to pronunciation, which is at the beginning of the book. So there's more. There's even more pronunciation sounds. But quickly, I will tell you the other letters that we have here. We have a K with a line under it. We have an N, but it's little. It's a superscript N up at the top. We have an OE that they're mushed together. We have a UE that's also mushed together. And we have a Y, a superscript Y, tiny and up top. And I believe that, yes, it's the same. It looks to be the same pronunciation guide on every single page. So we got to pick a word of the episode. We do. That's what we got to do. Today we had foot, footage, foot and mouth disease, football, foot bath, footboard, foot boy, foot bridge, foot candle, foot cloth, foot dragger, foot dragging, footed, and footer. I think I'll just pick footage as the word of the episode because I deal with footage every day. I'm constantly shooting footage. That's it. That's all you're going to get. I will now tell you about another movie that I watched. This one is called Red Rock West, which I always have a hard time saying. I want to say Red Rock West. This was at the David Lynch retrospective because I'm trying to remember who, there were some connections. I'm going to bring it up because my brain is full of too much stuff. Nick Cage, He is the lead guy. And then Dennis Hopper. So Nick Cage was in Wild at Heart, which is a David Lynch movie. And then Dennis Hopper was in Blue Velvet, which was another David Lynch movie. And it also has Lara Flynn Boyle. It's not Laura Flynn Boyle, it's Lara Flynn Boyle. And she was in the first couple of seasons of Twin Peaks, which is another David Lynch thing. And there might have been other connections to David Lynch, but I don't remember what they are. So, yeah, it's a story about it's like a mistaken identity kind of situation. And yeah, it's from 1993. So it's a little old and dated, but it takes place in, beautiful, naturey area. And in the West, probably. Wyoming, I think it said. And yeah, it's a fun watch. Okay, that is going to be it for today. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.